So Ramba Rawl's route. Hey, at least I get to pilot the Goof. The Goof is one of my favorite one-year war Xeon mobile suits. Now, why do I have an ally battle gauge? That's gonna complicate things. I mean, Ramba Rawl actually called Armoro out for, like, you couldn't have won this battle through your own strength alone. It was the mobile suit that's why you won. And of course, he's right, but he's also kind of missing the point of warfare where it doesn't really matter about a fair fight. Like, that's not the point. He was just trying to piss off Armoro, get under his skin, because Armoro's a teenager, and he's got a bit of a teenage ego complex, and taking the piss out of him like that is a great way of throwing him off his game. Have to deal with Kai first, he's the easier target. And he's trying to bug out. Oh, he's gonna escape. No, you don't. Yeah, there goes your shield. Ooh, that's a bit too close. Okay, I gotta make sure I'm the next thing he kills, so that way... Yes, now I have the extra health. Before I lose it to my damn teammates. There is still the issue of... There we go. Oh, that was a little too close. So technically Ramba Rawl would have died, were it not for the Awakened gauge and my ability to survive a fatal blow. Garma route, pursue the Trojan horse. Yep, I had to run Ramba Rawl to activate the Garma route. But now I'm committed to the Ramba Rawl route. Well, let's get this done. I'm not using a Dom. Ramba Rawl was very enthusiastic about the Gowpf, and so am I. I mean, technically we're with the Black Tristar, so I should technically be using a Dom. Look, I like the Goof, and this is one of the few opportunities you get to actually use it, so I'm gonna stick with the Goof. Yeah, its machine gun is an actual joke, so there's, like, almost no point in using it. Oh, look, here comes Armoro. Oh, we got Matilda. Oh, I love the Goof so much. It's just so smooth in melee. Yeah, Armoro had a crush on that one, which is why he's super pissed. I mean, I don't even use the heat rod that much on this thing. I mainly use the heat sword because, I mean, you can see how devastating that combo is. Where'd that come from? That wasn't me. Oh, of course.
We're going back to base.
And the Dom succeeds the Goof and actually gets a limited mass production run. Baku won. Okay, I'm not going that ham, Granddad, because Jesus, no. No, we're sticking with the Goof. I don't get much chance to use it.
Yes, the wind whipping against my face. That's what war's about.
Yes, my friends always were concerned when I showed up in a Goof because they knew that their ticket was up at that point. No, lock onto that, Jim. Yes, we can't lose the Dob Day. And Armoro's back, because Armoro is a consistent feature in this. Definitely have to keep him away from the Dob Day. He'll just start hacking into it with that beam saber. Ow. And there goes your shield in 2 hits. Oh, where are you going, Armor? Where are you going? I want you off my map. Oh, yeah? There, how about that? I'm not even left-handed! I love how instantaneously that stun locks. Alright, alright. I'll go back to using the heat sword so that it's fair. Ah, but the machine gun burst was just a feint. There we go. Yeah, let the gyms peck away at the Dob Day. They don't have nearly enough firepower to be a credible threat. Like I said, the machine gun on this thing is a joke. Yeah, I've noticed that. Like, why is the one-year war fights, why are they so much more hectic? Like, it's a target after target after target after target, like it's non-stop, and that's not a bad thing in this instance. Whereas in the Grips conflict, it's like, okay, you're fighting that... You know what it is? Because the one-year war mobile suits are undervalued in this game, because they're considered old compared to the Grips conflict stuff, they're made more delicate, so you get eliminations quicker, and then more reinforcements come in faster. I think that's why it's happening. Whereas during the Grips conflict... Oh, that was a nice hit. Oh, that was intended for the Dob Day. They're close. They're actually getting pretty decent close to destroying it. Okay, there we go. We saved it. I mean, when they send us into space, I'm going to be forced to give up the Goof anyway, because it's listed as ground only. Which is unfortunate. I like the Goof. The Assault on Jaburo. For all of you, there might be a time gap, but for me, I just did this. Twice. This game it gets a little grating to marathon because it is literally the same fight you're doing, just with a different character and a different mobile suit. And the character's pretty much immaterial, doesn't matter. I mean, I suppose perhaps I should have... Ow! Oh no, melee underwater is the worst because your speed of attack is dependent upon the animation speed, and your animation speed is slower underwater. So the Goof's weakness is getting wet. The Goof might as well be a cat. Why is that all caps? Ooh, that was the dual howitzers. This song in particular, I'm anticipating a bit of problem with the the copyright bots. I mean, like I said, I can't turn off the background music. There's literally no option to do it. So it's either I mute the entire fucking game, or... Oh, that was cool. Oh, freaking shield. Ow. Why are we fighting in the water? I just said it's a bad idea to use the Goof in the water. Why am I in the water? This is so much more hectic, and I kind of prefer this game now because it's an arcade style of game. I mean, there are games which sort of go the BattleTech route, or rather the MechWarrior route, of operating a mobile suit, where you have, like, limb-specific damage and finite ammo counters and stuff like that. But this is a lot more approachable from a casual perspective, because you can just drop into it and just start smashing things without having to fuss about with, oh, which variant do I want to use, and how much ammo am I carrying, and, you know, should I take this shot, should I not take this shot? I mean, honestly, there must be something accurate about that, because for Gundam Seed Destiny, they also did a arcade-style thing with Alliance versus Zaft, and then, I mean, Gundam versus Extreme Boost, or whatever it is also an arcade-style thing, with no, like, continuity for the timelines, because you're playing as heroes from multiple Gundam universes from several different time periods. Every time I destroy a gun tank in a Goof, I just remember the 8th Mobile Suit Team ending where the freaking Goof custom trashed the 8th Mobile Suit Team and the gun tanks they were supposed to defend.
We're going back to base.
And now we're invading Jaburo. No Amphi Mobile Suit? Are you kidding? Oh. That's a problem. I'm gonna have to intercut different routes. Oh boy. For you it'll seem consistent, but for me I'm jumping all over the place. Okay, so... Oh, there have been so many levels before this, but... we're coming back to Ramba's... Well, it's not his canon route, because he's supposed to be dead by now, but yeah. But for this session, this shall be it! I've been at this for probably 2 hours already, I'm done. Not like Halo, I could probably play Halo for 4 to 6 hours solid, even the campaign. This is too samey to marathon in that way. And of course, it's less of an issue when you unlock the ability to cycle between Titans and Aug and Zeon. But you only get that after you have unlocked all of the special routes, and you've beaten all of the special routes for the main characters. Which seems incredibly arbitrary. Like, was the idea that they didn't want to spoil the surprise that you have, like, these special endings? Like, was that meant to be a secret? Oh, armor over a switch. Oh, I knocked off part of his shield. Oh, for fuck's sake, the Akai! My god, they are the actual worst. Yes, die in a fire, Akai. We don't care for you to be here. You're nothing but a friendly, firing, revive, sponging imbecile. And for those who have forgotten, I mentioned why I melee a lot in this game. It is much more powerful than your ranged attacks. Of course, it's also a lot harder to execute. You have longer vulnerability frames during your animations, and you have to actually close the gap with your enemy to hit them. Yeah, in general, mobile suits in this game intended for close quarters combat are just more powerful, because close quarters combat is, in and of itself, more powerful in this game. Part of the reason I like the Goof. There we go. God, I was about to say it feels like changing difficulties, but we technically have. Like, for all of you, this will have been a continuous stream, but for me, I've just played a bunch of much harder routes, where it was not nearly this smooth and concise. And once we take out this ground combat Gundam... Oh, for God's sakes. There we go. Now, there we go, there we go, there we go.
Rommel, going back to base.
And we got the Gyan that we're not going to use because... let's just say we're not going to use it. Although, we would have to if we hadn't done his alternate route, because the only other space-rated mobile suit is the Zaku 1. But we have a Gelgoog. Actually, you know what? I'll run the Gyan, because the only other time you get to run is when you're playing as Makuve, which is a very short character route. So, yeah, let's run the Gyan. Why not?
Rommel, I'm off.
I mean, it's weird, because the Gyan's another mobile suit that emphasizes close-range combat. I like the Goof, and it's a close-range combat specialist. But it has some options that extend that range, like the heat rod and an actual machine gun. This thing is basically only capable of fighting at close range. Like, it has nothing else. I wonder if I can use my super cheap move. Oh god, can somebody kill this gym? I'm getting dunked on by a trash can and I'm displeased with it. Yes, you can stun lock juggle somebody with this thing's multi-stab, which is what I'm doing. There we go. Now we just have to deal with Sayla. And there we go. God, yes, that difficulty dropped because we're on a only tier 2 off-canon route. Because like I said, the further you get off-canon, the better an ending you get closer to, the more the game ramps up the difficulty on you. Which does make sense. Now we bust out the Gelgoog, and we still wouldn't have it had we not played the extra route. This is why I have to jump around a bit. And I'm not happy about it. Primarily because of the editing. I mean, if any of you are actually keeping track of what's going on the timeline screen, you'll see routes appear and disappear because I had to jump ahead and then I had to go back and it...
Yes, the wind whipping against my face. That's what war's about.
Would I recommend this game? For Gundam fans, yes. Definitely. For people who don't know about Gundam, don't care about Gundam, well, if you don't care for Gundam, then obviously you wouldn't care about the game. But does this game stand on its own merits as a video game if you take out the Gundam aspect about it? I suppose that if it had a story that, you know, an alternative story that took advantage of the multiple timelines, that could be interesting. I mean, it has multiple game modes. It is important to note that this is an arcadey style game. Like, holding it to that standard, it's okay. I find that there's maybe too much emphasis on avoiding vulnerability frames from, like, attack animations having to finish. But I mean, technically, that's still the case for Gundam Extreme versus Full Boost. Because you get hit, and then it's very easy to stun lock the enemy and chain multiple hits together. Like, that's the whole meta of the game. So that seems to be a problem with Gundam games that go this arcade route about their gameplay loops. Because make no mistake, they don't all do that. A lot of them do, though. I mean, Rengu vs. Zaft, which basically was this, but for Gundam Seed, and Gundam Seed Destiny, it's the exact same thing. Nah, I should focus on the Gundam, because he's getting low, he's going to try dipping out soon. We don't want him to. Because killing him takes a big chunk out of the reinforcement counter, so I don't spend so much time. Yeah. Come on, we're so close. Oh, you're gonna shoot me. Yep. Come on. Come on. Oh, oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's even worse! Damn allies sponging my revives. There we go. Okay. Crisis averted. Oh, that's a decent battle pose, actually.
Back to base.
So yeah, from my perspective, I'll be taking a little time off Xeon while I play the Titans routes and try to create more footage to intersperse, and do some more AU work for Hayato, Ryu, Sayla, etc. The series will continue. I will capture every mission, even if nobody wants that. But, yeah. For this session, and all of this that I have done, the whole Garma route that you guys probably will not have seen yet, that's it for this bit.